So, today I'll be talking to you guys about what athletes can possibly throw 90 miles per hour. So, the whole concept of throwing 90 miles per hour is mechanics, muscle mass, and how you move. So, with that saying, Dr. Heenan, he is a doctor, and he's studied how pitchers move and throw. And according to his data and statistics that he studied, he believes that if you hit certain metrics in the weight room and have good mechanical pitching mechanics, he believes you can throw 90 miles per hour. And going off of that, like, you can have those certain types of lifting mechanics, but you have to be able to pitch too after hitting those lifting mechanics. And with that being, it's not always necessarily gonna even out, and you're not always gonna be throwing 90, because one may be really good and one may be really bad. And my pitching coach, Kenny Nahami, I was talking to him about if any athletes can throw 90 miles per hour, and him and I had a really good talk about it. And he said he doesn't believe any pitcher can throw 90 miles per hour, because some people, like myself, I'm at 85 to 87, and he's not saying I'm done gaining velocity, but he's saying some people have peaked with their velocity gaining, and he's saying that this is their highest growth of velo that they're going to see, and that they're not going to see much better mechanics or velo coming soon, and that they're done after that goal. And another so with that argument being, Tread Athletics, Ben Brewster, one of his websites, he goes off the database of Fernando Rodney, his mechanics. He's a 5'11" pitcher, 182 pounds. And when you look at the guy, you don't think he's a professional athlete. But when you look down at his mechanics, as Ben Brewster does, he shows that if you show power through the backside, that you can possibly see velocity gain. And with that velocity gain, you're going to see 2 to 4 miles per hour gain. But that's not necessarily for every player, as I'm saying. So, what I'm saying, any athletic male, because men and women move very differently, and women grow differently than men do in how we mature our bodies over time. And that's what's leading me to the athletic male term. That term meaning many athletic males have the capability of throwing 90 miles per hour if they hit these metrics. But as Kenneth Nahami said, not every athlete is just gifted enough to do this. And going back to my Tread Athletics quote, Ben Brewster, with the Fernando Rodney mechanics and how he throws, that just kind of proves against the point of Kenny, and that provides enough evidence for my statement on why any athlete can. Because 5'11", I mean, when you think athletes, you think big dudes, you think 6 foot and above, you think just muscle mass and everything, and they're just naturally gifted. But I know a kid named Roman Kimball. He's 5'8". He throws 95 to 97 miles per hour. And why he does this is, with the Ben Brewster comment and Dr. Heenan, he hits those metrics in the weight room, and his mechanics are perfect. But for a 6'5" guy, he could have iffy lifting, but he's so tall, he's naturally able to throw harder than these tinier guys. Like myself, my goal is to throw 90 miles per hour, so I'm working to succeed that goal. And I've done a lot of my studying over this, so I really like talking about why athletes athletic males can throw 90 miles per hour. So, with that being, football players, tightness, like muscles, tightness can like reduce your flexibility. And Dr. Heenan and Ben Brewster are very big on flexibility when you're pitching, because when you're pitching, you want to feel all of your body. You want to get as loose as possible, because we're not naturally gifted like the 6'5", 6'6" athletes who are naturally just gifted to do what they do. So with these other athletes, they have to feed off of this metrics and mechanical like requirements to throw 90 miles per hour. So these kids they're kind of like robots, but they all have different types of motions, which makes throwing 90 miles per hour unique, because they all do it in different types of ways, which is very crazy to think about. Because when you think about a basketball player dunking, they can dunk with two hands, one hand, or just alley hoop or something like that. But for baseball, you can have a windup, you can have a stretch, and your leg can go in multiple different ways to cue your hips or your upper half to get in a point of position to throw 90 miles per hour. And with throwing 90 miles per hour, another citation I'm going to be using is Driveline Baseball. Driveline Baseball is a program that gives you weighted balls to help you gain flexibility in the internal and external rotation. And it also helps with mechanical errors with your throwing path. It'll fix your throwing path very easily. But you have to be watching the videos and seeing how they teach it. Because if you don't do it correctly, you can possibly hurt your arm. And there's an injury called Tommy John that will push you back for a year of success. And not many of us want that. So, with that being, I think every athletic male can throw 90 miles per hour. Thank you for listening to this TED Talk.